Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Giselle Science, and my case study proposal topic is on sewage spills in Southern California. I will be going over what is causing them, the current protocols for sewage management, their negative consequences, and my proposed solutions thus far. But first, I want you to imagine living in Southern California. You're eagerly anticipating the day where the rainy days go away and you get to visit your favorite spot during the summer, which would be the beach, right? You stock up on all of your sunscreen, you're all good to go, you're stoked. You find all the nicest swimwear so you can go ahead and visit your your paradise, the place that you love to go and visit and have some fun, right? Every summer, you just really want to go and live your best Sabrina Carpenter espresso life, right? But then you receive heartbreaking news that your favorite place, which is Dockweiler State Beach, has been contaminated with over 30,000 gallons of raw, untreated sewage. The place that you once considered your sanctuary and your paradise has now been polluted with unsanitary disease causing fecal matter, the very waste that we flush down our toilets, right? As devastating as that is to hear, I personally wanted to investigate the situation further. I wanted to uncover what went wrong, and I wanted to learn how to mitigate similar disasters in the future so that situations like these don't have to keep happening. So this particular spill that happened along Dockweiler and Venice Beach on May 8th of this year happened as a result of a tree root blockage that infiltrated a sewer line in West Hollywood. But blockages can occur as a result of the public's improper disposal of things like wipes or cooking oils down our drains that can also clog these pipes and cause them to break. Other causes for sewage spills is aging infrastructure, poor regulatory maintenance, and even the broad impacts of climate change because our old sewage system is not built to endure more recent intense storms. The recent sewage spill last month initially brought this issue to my attention, but upon further research, I discovered this is actually a very frequent problem that happens here in Southern California. Statistically, in the last decade, 42 million gallons of sewage have leaked into Los Angeles' waterways and oceans, amounting to over 3,000 cases of spills. In the last year alone, in 2023, at least 318,000 gallons of sewage flooded into the coastline. Overall, this demonstrates that this is an active, prevalent issue that needs to be addressed urgently. So, why do we care that sewage is leaking into our waterways and oceans in California? Well, first of all, it has negative ecological impacts. These waters carry pathogens, nutrients, contaminants, and solids into the ocean, which can result in coral bleaching, diseases, and increased mortality among marine species. Wastewater pollution can also affect ocean temperature, pH, salinity, and oxygen levels, disrupting the critical biological processes and physical environments that marine life depends on. As a result, there is a decline in biodiversity within marine ecosystems, which can have implications for the overall well-being of the planet and humanity. Beyond the environmental impact, sewage exposure presents a serious threat to human health. It can cause illnesses such as salmonellosis, hepatitis, dysentery, and cryptosporidiosis, among others. Sewage spills can also exacerbate issues regarding environmental racism. Scholarly literature does not extensively document California's sewage spills disproportionately affecting specific demographics, and recreational beaches are open to the entire public irrespective of race or class. Nevertheless, it is crucial to underscore that unsanitary wastewater exposure typically impacts marginalized communities to a greater degree. For example, studies unequivocally indicate that E. coli contamination in recreational waters near residences of racial minorities in the United States often exceeds regulatory limits compared to more affluent communities. Lastly, the contraction of these illnesses through recreational beach water has led to economic losses, not only from beach closures but also from increased sick leaves impacting the state's economy. According to the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health,
Californians suffer productivity losses in the amount of 3.56 million sick leaves per year due to recreational beach water pollution. This in turn accounts for an economic loss of $21 million every year just from these unregulated sewage spills. Before suggesting potential solutions and courses of action for our problem, I figured a bit of background on sewage treatment and regulation might be necessary for a better understanding on the matter. In an ideal cycle, the water that flows down our drains, toilets, or as ground runoff is treated at a sewage plant. There, it undergoes various steps to be disinfected back into clear, purified water before being released back into local waterways. Sewage is often treated in two stages: a primary stage where solids and particles are removed, and a secondary stage for a more thorough disinfection process. If necessary, sometimes there's a tertiary stage where there is additional filtration, although it is not reported as a standard protocol by the EPA. In terms of how sewage is regulated by law, sewage treatment strictly follows the Clean Water Act, which establishes basic structure for regulating quality standards for surface waters. It also prohibits the discharge of any pollutants from a point source, which in this case is a sewage plant, into navigable waters, without obtaining a National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, or as I know it to be called, a NPDES permit. These permits must be renewed every 5 years to stay up to date with necessary protocols. With all that said, I realize this project is ambitious in aiming to solve Southern California's sewage bills by addressing all of its primary causes. Nevertheless, I plan to hopefully collaborate with Heal the Bay on this project to make it possible. Heal the Bay is an environmental advocacy group located in Santa Monica. Their main objective is to protect the coastal waters and watersheds of Southern California. They are also known to launch advocacy campaigns and raise money to fund environmental causes. More specifically, I plan to collaborate with them to set up a campaign aimed at mitigating sewage spills. This campaign will focus on raising public awareness on sewage spills and providing widespread education about proper waste disposal for households and businesses. Additionally, I want the campaign to capture the attention of local politicians, emphasizing the importance of preventing sewage spills by addressing the climate crisis and replacing outdated sewage infrastructure. My goal is to secure funding to support the extensive project of updating Southern California's sewer lines and implementing advanced technologies or more staff to monitor these structures and sewage plants before disasters occur. With these plans in mind, I hope to pave the way for a cleaner, healthier future for Californians and their beloved beaches.
So thank you so much for watching my proposal presentation. If you have any comments, any questions, please post them down below on Ampercash, and I look forward to having any discussion with you.